Ladies and gentlemen, I have great pleasure in addressing this conference of the executives of the industries and the leaders of labor unions in this country. I have no doubt that those who are managing the various industries are not only interested in making profits but also in the welfare of those working in their units and also the general public who are the consumers. Similarly, the leaders of labor unions are not only interested in the welfare of workers whom they represent, but also in the proper working of the companies for the benefit of the people. I would like to share with you some of my views, both in my capacity as a citizen of this great country and also as a minister of the government. In whatever capacity we may be working, it is natural that we work mainly for our personal welfare in the sense that we want to make our children happy. But there can be no doubt that we are basically interested in the progress of the nation and the welfare of the people because, as responsible citizens, we realize that only when the nation progresses, we can progress. We realize that only when the economic situation of the country is sound, people can be happy. Therefore, it is necessary for us to keep this in mind. We should also remind our people in all walks of life of this aspect on every occasion. I would appeal to those connected with the industries to see that there is no lockout of the factories. I would also appeal to the leaders of labor unions to see that there is no strike in any unit with which they are connected. The reason is this: if a factory is closed for some period, there will not be production during that period, and the company will not be earning anything. This will result in the public not getting their essential requirements. The management will be incurring losses, and the workers and staff will lose their wages. Ultimately, the economy of the country will be affected to that extent. Therefore, I would request all those concerned to keep this in mind before they decide on a lockout or a strike. I do realize that there may be grievances on the part of workers in the matter of wages, bonus, working conditions, and other things. I will not say that all the demands of the workers are unreasonable. Most of them may be reasonable, but the workers should also take into consideration the capacity of the company to meet their demands, however reasonable they may be. They have to realize that the company has to incur expenditure by way of maintenance of the machines, marketing the products, and paying the taxes due to the government in addition to paying the wages of workers. If the management is reasonable in meeting at least some of their demands, the labor must accept whatever the management is willing to do, consistent with the proper running of the unit, and wait for better times when they can press their demands. On this occasion, I would also appeal to management to see that, as far as possible, the demands of workers are met so that they can work with certain amount of contentment. The management on their part should realize that unless a worker is able to run his family smoothly, he will not be able to devote his attention to his work. The management should also take into consideration the cost of living from time to time and pay the workers suitably. Letter from Spark Electronics Limited, Rajanagar, New Delhi, to the marvelous Electric Motors Company, Hansa Towers, Agra. Dear Sir, we acknowledge the receipt of your letter of the 25th instant. We thank you very much for your further order for the supply of the electric goods. We regret to inform you that we are not able to accept your order at the prices mentioned in our catalog. This is due to the increase in the prices of raw materials in the recent 2 years times due to COVID pandemic. We therefore request you kindly to consider all our previous catalogs as cancelled. In this connection, we have informed all our esteemed customers about the increase in prices by a circular letter recently, but we find from our registers that your company's name does not exist in the list. We tender our sincere apologies on behalf of our staff for omitting your company's name due to oversight. We now enclose a copy of our new catalog from which you will be able to see the correct price of the electric motors and electric goods which you may require. We can deliver them at the shortest possible duration. We have every hope that this small increase in price of these electric motors will not in any way affect our business in view of their high reputation in the market. Hoping to hear from you in due course. Yours faithfully, Manager.